Every year, I pick a word. It's a quiet ritual I've kept for a while now. Usually, it's an attitude I want to embody or a piece of myself I feel like I'm missing. It's a way of setting a compass for the next 365 days so I don't just drift through them. In 2023, my word was fun, and I really leaned into it. I stopped taking my hobby so seriously and I started playing again. I hosted game nights at parties, started gymnastics, ran a half marathon, and honestly, it became one of the best years of my life. Meanwhile, last year, the word was slow. I felt like my life was moving way too fast, and I wanted to resist that a little. I wanted to be the person who meditates, who lingers over a morning coffee, or takes deep breaths. But the funny thing is, I didn't really follow through. If anything, 2025 felt like the fastest year ever. Mostly because work was so hectic. My days weren't measured in moments, but in urgent pings, the blue light of my monitor, and the feeling that I was always 3 steps behind where I was supposed to be. And when you live that fast, you don't really have time to finish anything. So when I started thinking about 2026, my mind immediately went to my creative projects. Because the truth is that I start a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas. They come to me when I'm falling asleep, when I'm driving, when I'm doing the dishes. Ideas for drawings, for comics, for books. And it kind of sounds like a good problem to have, but it's actually exhausting. I want to show you something. This is my sketch folder, but we can honestly call it a graveyard because most of these are just bare bones of ideas that I abandoned halfway through. There's a specific kind of weight to an unfinished piece. It's a mix of frustration, shame, disappointment in myself. I scroll on social media and I see people publishing their work, sharing progress, moving forward. And meanwhile, something as small as a photo study can take me forever to finish because I overthink every single stroke. I've been told that I'm a perfectionist, and maybe that's part of it, but honestly, I kind of think that it's deeper than that. I'm afraid that if I finish something and it's not great, then I have to face the fact that I'm just average. So it's easier to keep it as a work in progress. As long as my work is unfinished, it still has the potential to be a masterpiece. But once it's done, it just is what it is. At first, I thought that my word for 2026 should be consistency. My creative output comes in seasons. There are periods where I'm very productive, and then long stretches of time where nothing really happens. And when I stop, starting again feels incredibly hard, like there's this massive inertia that builds up. But the more that I thought about it, the more I realized, even if I'm consistent, even if I sit down to draw regularly, it doesn't really matter if I'm just starting something new every time. Plein air studies and being outside kind of forced me to work faster. The light changes, the paper and the pens limit what I can do. And honestly, I suck at watercolors, so there's no need to overthink anything anyways because it ain't gonna be great. So I don't even argue with myself. And while doing some of these studies, I realized that consistency wasn't the right word. Neither was completion, commitment, follow through. The word I kept coming back to is enough. Because I think the real issue isn't that I'm not doing enough, it's that nothing ever feels like enough when I do it. Last year, I was so excited about doing my first art fair. I wanted so badly to have a new collection of work ready, So I even took time off work in May just to focus and get inspired. But I didn't like anything I made. And even when I did complete things, they didn't feel good enough to show. And that same mindset, the constant feeling of this isn't enough, is what made me stop sharing my art online and stop making these videos, even though I had done them for years. So I'm sitting here today with a goal. I sketch things out, and as soon as I try to clean them up, everything starts to feel rigid. Way too strict, way too serious, and even when I get to a sketch that I like, I freeze. There are too many styles, too many brushes, too many colors. I don't even know what good means anymore. So I end up with these folders full of sketches and a lot of guilt. What makes it stranger is that when I look at other people's art, I genuinely appreciate it. I see the beauty in the rough lines. But I also know that if I had made that exact same piece, I wouldn't be satisfied. And that's kind of crazy. So the shift for this year is about letting things be imperfect. Picking just a couple of ideas to follow through, set everything else aside, and letting this be enough. One thing at a time. To do that, I've started a system to capture my ideas. I thought of using a notebook, but I never actually flipped through old pages in them. And I have many notebooks. So postcards it is. I can change their order, color code them, add more if needed. The goal here is to use one postcard per idea. A random story? Let me write it all down. A new character to develop? Let me get a new sheet for these rough thoughts. A book? Let's use bullet points. If I need more, I can staple postcards together. The beauty of a blank postcard is that they are both limited in space, but unlimited in format, which I appreciate. I lost track of the amount of sketches and random ideas I have stored on my iPad, notes apps, sketchbooks, and Notion, so this is my new creative waiting room. I want my ideas to live somewhere safe and within easy reach, a place where I can hold all types of ideas until I'm ready to start building on them. And then, when I'm done, I can get rid of them and give room to new ones. I want to treat these first few weeks of the year as an experiment. I'm going to finish one thing. Just one. And I'm going to let that be enough. Just saying all of this out loud already feels like a weight off my shoulders. It's like I'm giving myself permission to be a beginner again. I don't know yet how this is going to translate to bigger projects. The comics, the books, those still scare me. They require patience, commitment, and that's something I've always struggled with. But right now, all I can do is make a plan for today, for the next hour, for this one drawing. It's not perfect. The lines are a bit shaky, the perspective is probably off, but it's finished. And for today, that is enough. There are so many people walking by. I feel so embarrassed.